Maritza. Let me close these windows up so y'all can hear me. Hey, what you doing? How's everybody doing? I'm jumping on. I'm not jumping on. I have gotten on here. This is another video to give y'all some more of my marriage tips. Things that I've learned over the 20 plus years that I have been married to my hubby, Sean George. And today's tip, I think we're at 17. I think we're at 17 or 18. But I'll check and then put the correct number in there. But today's tip, and this is so important, but a lot of married couples end up not practicing this, and therefore, things go really bad for their marriage, and they kind of fall apart and become distant and all that not so good stuff. So today's tip is always date. Always date your partner. Always date your spouse, no matter what. It is very important. And it doesn't have to be always be big, ginormous, kind of expensive things. Those are nice, of course, every once in a while when you can afford them. But dating can also be like going out for a picnic, having a picnic in the middle of your bed, giving each other massages, going to the movies, or watching a really good movie. Shoot, I remember, one year it was so financially tough for us one year that for Christmas, like, we bought we bought a can of cashews, and we sat and we shared them and enjoyed our little selves that way. That was our Christmas gifts to each other. We shared our little can of cashews and had a good old time just talking and having good conversation, and as married folks, just talking about the things that we were gonna do, and things got better, and planning and all that good stuff, And so I can't stress it enough how super important it is. I feel like I'm not okay. How super important it is that you date your spouse. And ladies, one of the things that I had to learn is that it's really important that we make an effort as well. Sometimes, we can get frustrated if our man isn't like the romantic type and doesn't always think up the best things, but you think of some things, and you initiate some things, because men like that too. They want to feel loved. They want to feel like you're putting effort into it as well. They want to feel valued as well, and loved, and all that good stuff. So, make it interesting for them. So I just say to you, like, really think about that. Like, if you are like the same things that you did when you was dating, all that effort that you put in, and all the places you went, and fellas, this is for you too, like all the thoughts that you were thinking of to make her smile, or ladies, to make him smile, to make him feel special. Do those things. Like, often what happens is we get into the marriage, and then we have kids, or we get into the marriage and we fall into a routine, and the person who was like the people who were dating and really putting all this effort into each other, they stop. And so then what happens? Then it becomes boring and it becomes routine. And then you're kind of wondering, if you have kids, you know, you can get so caught up into the kids, in the routine of the kids, that once the kids have started getting old enough where they don't necessarily need you in that way, all of a sudden you realize that you guys don't know each other the way you used to, you know? So it is incredibly important that you date each other continuously, even if it is because your schedules are so busy that you have to set a particular day every week, and at the max time you go without having a date is every 2 weeks. Some people have to do once a month, but I really feel it should be once a week if you can't get in more than once a week because you have kids. But please don't go over 2 weeks if you can avoid it, because you know you need to be making quality time for each other. Just like you're making time for the kids, you're making time for work, you'll make time for family and friends that need you, you'll make time to clean the house. He'll make time to, you know, go out with the fellas, or you'll make time to go out with the girls or shopping. You have to value your marriage that exact same way. And I'm speaking about this because me and my husband, or my husband and I, you know, we had really good friends tell us that they had been married for years upon years, and, you know, they shared that with us, like, you have to do this. And, you know, it was like, wow, like, okay, yeah. And you'll find that it's super duper fun, and that all of a sudden, like, you guys are getting to know each other again at where you are now, because the longer you're in a marriage, the more you grow and you change. But topic for another time. So yes, to my sisters, it is also your responsibility. And of course, you know, it feels good to us as women when he's romancing us, because we're like emotional and we got it all in here, and we're just kind of like, hey, this is what I need from you. You know what I mean? But in that same breath, like, ladies, sometimes you do the same for him. You give him that love, and you give him a massage. You give him, if he's into bubble baths, you know, if he's into pedicures, and some things, you know, our husbands aren't going to know that they're into, you know, and you may say, hey, come on, let's go try this, you know, like a pedicure, you know, and then they start to realize, or a manicure, and they start to realize, wow, you know, that was kind of nice, you know. Yeah. So anywho, I love y'all, and I hope that this has helped. Talk to you soon.